Welcome guys to Court King's first YouTube video. This channel will cover everything NBA, starting with end of the year NBA awards for the 2022 and 2023 season. Go ahead and show some love if you like the content and expect much more to come this offseason. Thanks and enjoy. For Sixth Man of the Year, I've gone with Malcolm Brogdon, who did win the award this year. In my opinion, I don't think it was a great year for other six men around the league, but Brogdon definitely did enough to win this. He was very important for Boston's success, and they need another ball handler badly. I think for Brogdon to come to Boston last summer after being one of the Pacers' best players and averaging around 20 points per game for the past 2 years shows a lot about his character. Being the sixth man is putting your ego aside, especially when you're someone like Brogdon who starts on most teams in the NBA. But the way he transitioned so gracefully in his first season took me by surprise. We all know he's a great player, but shooting 44% from three-point range and getting 3 to 4 rebounds and assists each game in only 26 minutes is very efficient in a team where he was never the first option. I believe Brogdon will grow even more this next year, specifically more of a ball handling role as they just lost Marcus Smart. I think he will get a lot of opportunity for pick and roll and pick and pop situations due to trading for Porzingis. He also has a full year under his belt with his new team, so he should be even more comfortable in a situation for next year. Look for him to increase his minutes and his assists per game for this upcoming season. Next is Most Improved Player. I gave this to SGA, and I honestly don't think this was close, even though Lauri Markkanen is the player who won the award this season. SGA went from good to great, and this is the hardest jump to make in the league. He got his first All-Star appearance and won first-team All-NBA, which is an unreal accomplishment, sitting at the table with guys like Luka, Embiid, and Giannis. He shot the ball over 50% from the field while averaging 31 points per game on a team where he is the only All-Star caliber player. One area he does need to improve slightly on would be his consistent three-point jump shot, but he does mostly take off the dribble threes due to having the ball almost constantly when he's on the floor. He was the head of the snake for this young OKC team, and not only did he shine, but he helped his team have a very respectful season. His defense is so underrated as well. He's a big guard that doesn't take any plays off. Synergy Sports actually grades SGA as an excellent defender and ranks top 3 in the league in deflections and loose ball recoveries. He's one of my favorite players to watch in the NBA, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts getting into MVP conversations in the next couple years, especially if this OKC team continues to get better as they should. For my 2023 Defensive Player of the Year, I went with Jaden McDaniels. He is someone who really picked up recognition at the end of the year due to his impressive defense against notable stars. Jaren Jackson Jr. is the player who actually won the award this year, and I think that was fair. However, Jaden deserves to be in this conversation. His ability to stay in front of guards one-on-one as well as in the pick and roll is some of the best I've seen in the NBA. He is also able to switch ball screens onto a big and contest or even block shots with his length. He won't ever lead the league in steals or block shots, but his impact when on the floor is noticeable every single play. He's 6'9" and only 22 years old, so I look forward to him growing into his body even more and being able to guard 1 through 4 at a very elite level. I think his most underrated quality as a defender is his basketball IQ, which in theory should only grow since he is so young. I expect him to take on an even bigger role next year and could make the T-Wolves a top defense in this league. The next category I added was Breakout Player of the Year. However, this isn't an award that is given out by the NBA. I gave it to Lauri Markkanen. Lauri had to be in this video due to what he did this season. I think this was a make-or-break year for Lauri, whether he would become a rotation guy for the rest of his career or show why he was a top 10 pick in the 2017 draft. Lauri improved in every single statistical category this season, making the biggest jump in his points per game. Lauri fits this team very well, but I didn't think he'd average 25 points per game while shooting 40% from 3. He's always been a great shooter, but it seems like things just clicked for him at Utah. He was the first guy in NBA history to record 100 dunks and 200 threes in a season, which is very impressive. It was a great season for him, yet I think this could be his best season as an NBA player stats-wise. I think he has grown into a good player who finally has been given a role to be aggressive on offense. Hopefully he can grow as a leader and gets the chance to stay in Utah for a while. For Rookie of the Year, I've gone with Paolo Banchero, who did win the award this year. This award was the easiest to select for the NBA because no other rookie put up numbers or looked as good as Paolo did. He showed that his scoring ability would transfer the most into the NBA. He had 40 games this season of at least 20 points, so consistency was there as well for the rookie. Another part of this game that easily transferred was his strength and athleticism. At times, he would throw his body into guys and get very easy buckets or get fouled. What impressed me the most about Paolo, though, was his handle. Most of the points he scored was due to him taking an ISO at the top of the key and getting to his spots off the dribble. When he finds his three-point jumper more and works on his playmaking, he could be a serious problem on offense. He also has all the tangibles to be a good defender, but due to the team needing him to spend so much effort and energy on the offensive end, he did lack on defense at times. Overall, I think his rookie season has gone a little underappreciated compared to past Rookie of the Years. He looked very comfortable and ready for the moment, and I look forward to watching him grow over his career. The next award we have is Clutch Player of the Year, and I gave this to De'Aaron Fox, who was far and away the winner this year. The NBA defines clutch as the last 5 minutes of a game, and the margin is fewer than 5. In these guidelines, Fox averaged 5 points per game, which doesn't tell the story though. He shot about 53% from the field in clutch time, which is more than his season average. He also tied for the most game-winning shots this season and led all players in clutch scoring, with the closest being 35 points behind him. This is something the Kings have really struggled with the past 10 years, but not anymore, and you could see that reflect the standings this year. The thing I enjoyed most about watching Fox in the clutch this season is that he demanded the ball and decided to put the team on his back, whether it was to win or lose. I expect him to be near the top of this list again next year and leading the Kings. For Coach of the Year, I've gone with Mike Brown from the Sacramento Kings, who was given the award this season. In Mike Brown's first season as the Kings head coach, he managed to move the team from the 12th seed and nowhere near the playoffs all the way to the 3 seed. Yes, notable roster moves helped with this, but we've seen talented rosters fail many times before. Mike Brown demands respect from players, and his understanding of the NBA is as high as any coach in the league. He is the 11th coach in history to win this award at least twice. He also helped this historic franchise grow even more by tying the record for road wins in a season and scoring the most points per game by any team in 40 years. This award was much deserved, and I look forward to watching this team play again next year. The next award is Team of the Year, and I chose OKC. This award isn't given out by the NBA, but I think it's important we talk about this team. Before the season, everyone thought they would be a bottom 5 team, but not only did they show that wasn't the case early on, they actually finished as a 10 seed, giving them the opportunity to make the playoffs even though they did fall short. That is pretty remarkable for a team that is the second youngest in NBA history, only behind the same team the previous year. Not to mention their second overall pick in 2022, Chet, didn't even play. They are 5 years ahead of schedule in their rebuilding process and could quickly become the most dangerous team in the league if they continue to draft correctly. Although they do have lots of opportunity to miss in the draft because they have so many valuable picks. I suggest any new NBA fans looking for a team to root for should pick OKC before it's too late. In the end, we have to give credit to Sam Presti, the general manager, for being the mastermind behind this franchise. Last but not least, we got the MVP, Joel Embiid, who did receive the award this year. I know this year has been very controversial, but I personally don't think it should be. The MVP is a regular season award until the NBA changes it, and the best player this regular season was Embiid. The big man averaged 33 points, 10 boards, and 4 assists a game for a team that finished third in the NBA standings. It was a career year for him offensively, where he tied his career average in assists and had his highest scoring average of his career. While having all these numbers be career highs, his efficiency didn't waver, as his true shooting percentage was 65%. Something that gets overlooked for Embiid is his defense, where he averaged 1.7 blocks per game and a steal a game as well. Even through his injuries, he still managed to play 66 games and is still dominating every night. The biggest jump in my eyes that Embiid made this year was his efficiency and playmaking, which I think he will have to do even more if he wants to take this Philly team all the way next year. Thank you everyone for watching, and please let me know if you agree or disagree, and comment down below your 2022 and 2023 NBA awards. I will be dropping a draft recap soon, so stay tuned.